that band.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, what do you call it? When the brains don't connect, the brain hemispheres, bipolar. A lot about bipolarity in musicians.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Particularly high levels?
My theory is the reason they become musicians is they overdevelop one side of their brain.
Oh.
You probably get on somebody who knows what they're talking about, but the idea is that if people's their brain hemisphere, and that's why a lot of musicians do coke, is it helps the polarities work. It helps the brain communicate left to right.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's a known thing that coke really helps that if you have that bipolarity.
Huh. Is that a medication for people that are bipolar? Do they give them Adderall or anything like that?
I don't know. I mean, I've worked with people who are bipolar, and they've talked about their medications and stuff,
Huh.
And it's still kind of an inexact science, bipolarity.
It's crazy to think that coke helps fix some things.
I think it helps what I've heard is it helps the brain communications. Anybody I've known that's bipolar as a musician that did coke told me they felt normal. It's the first time in their life they felt normal, that their brain worked normally.
What a terrible thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work, right?
Imagine if that's the thing that keeps you together, it's cocaine. I wonder if what coca leaves would do. Because there's a lot of people like the high altitude herding populations and, like people in Peru, they chew coca leaves just for energy. And apparently it's a very different thing, like the chewing of the coca leaves.
Or you can get tea, coca tea.
Yeah?
I was just in South America.
I've had that. I've had mate de coca.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I've
kind of
had
like
that.
you get a little bit of a clarity.
But the chewing of the leaves is like, it's so normal for them. And it's illegal over here.
Yeah. But back to the theory, the idea is if you have one side of your brain overdevelop, it makes you good at something that you wouldn't necessarily be good at.
And then bad at life.
Yeah, probably. You know.
So you need a handler like Elvis.
So if you're meeting a successful musician, they're the graduating class of the bipolarity.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So there's some functional level of acumen.
That makes sense.
That's why through the years, as I've heard people give rumor to any number of famous rock stars, it's like I recognize all the behaviors. Most people treat it like, oh, can you believe so-and-so did this and made this erratic decision? It's like, no, that's a musician. That's how most of their brains work.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and maybe there's a comedic parallel, but it just strikes me that the reason there's such consistent bad behavior with musicians is because their brains don't work right.